Throughout the Westside Warrior basketball season, the boys basketball team has accomplished quite a bit, but possibly nothing more than the art of the dunk. But behind every single slam that puts the crowd on their feet and the opponents in their seats is an array of athleticism and, most of all, science. We took to the WTV testing facilities with some of the Warriors' best dunkers to see what really goes behind every single slam in this special edition of WTV Sports Science. For these tests, we got two of Westside's best dunkers, senior forward Forrest McQueen and senior guard KaVon Neelon.
Want your feet in it? No. Okay. Are you on your tippy toes right now?
It's safe to say these guys can jam. With verticals both over 30 inches, clearing something like this 3-foot table is done with ease. But we want to know the science behind these jams. And what the difference between missing and hitting the payload really is.
No.
So we spoke to physics expert Benjamin Powers.
We're here today to talk about the physics of dunking. Starting with Forrest, he's around 6'3", 200 pounds, and he's got around a 32-inch vertical. So in order for him to dunk, he's got to, bridge that gap from his height up to the basket. It's all about maximizing your takeoff velocity for a dunk. The faster your initial velocity is off the ground, the higher up in the air you can go. How do you get a big velocity? You got to have a lot of force. To change an object's momentum, to change its mass times velocity, you have to apply a force for a certain amount of time. The more force they apply to the ground, the more velocity they'll have at the end. So we can run some numbers on Forrest to see what kind of force he's actually applying to the ground. That force comes out to roughly 1,557 newtons. So, sounds like a lot. If we convert that to pounds, which most people are familiar with, that's an average amount of force of around 350 pounds exerted on the ground. Now, he probably puts more force on the ground than this average, because what this would look like on a graph is that force would be applied and it would spike for the period of time that he's jumping. Well, his top value may be somewhere of like 1,000 pounds of force on the ground. But on average, if you average all those data points out, you're going to get around 350 pounds. With that speed, he's able to bridge that height of around 0.8 meters to dunk.
To see science come alive, attend the next Westside District game. For WTV, this has been Bobby and Connor.